Indeed, that is history in the making. Only on Wikipedia, your one-stop center for Uganda's history, at which I, Tony Geoffrey Owana and Albert Semiano, form our powerful two-man unit. You are watching the event at which President Yoweri Museveni retired from the UPDF. And to tell you the truth, the only records we have of President Museveni receiving military pips are only two. One is on 6 February 1988 when he became Lieutenant General, and two on 6 April 2004 when he became a full general and retired from the army. We are still witnessing history unfolding as we get ready for the speech that was given by the Minister of Defense at that time, Hon Amama Mbabazi. It was a wonderful speech. Over now to Bombo Military Headquarters, 6 April 2004.
Excellency Yoweri Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency Professor Gilbert Bukenya, the Vice President, the Honorable Edward Sekandi, the Speaker of Parliament, my Lord Chief Justice, the Honorable Justice Ben Odoki, Alhaj Moses Chigongo, the Vice Chairman of the movement, the Right Honorable Apollon Sibambi, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philemon Sarungi, Minister of Defense and National Service, Tanzania, His Excellency General Arubato Chipande, leading the Mozambican delegation, His Excellency Brigadier Rifi, the head of the Libyan delegation, distinguished delegates from outside Uganda, honorable ministers, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, honorable members of Parliament, members of the UPDF High Command, the Army Commander, senior officers of UPDF, distinguished invited guests, members of UPDF, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. I appreciate you all joining us in this momentous ceremony of the decoration and retirement of the founder of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, General Yoweri Museveni. I, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and the UPDF, warmly welcome you to this occasion and to Bombo to thank you for all coming. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate General Museveni upon his promotion. The statement by the Army Commander and the citation Lieutenant General Tumwine just read was a formal statement of the achievements and praiseworthy performance of duty of General Museveni leading to this promotion. Congratulations, Mr. President, upon the attainment of the rank of full general. You are the first officer to attain that rank in the People's Army, and you clearly earned and well deserved that promotion. Today is a historic moment because, as the Army Commander said, this is the first time, I believe, in the history of Uganda that we are having a serving officer of the Defense Forces who is also a sitting president of the country voluntarily retiring from the force. Retirement is ordinarily a milestone occasion in the life of the retiring soldier, his or her family, and colleagues in uniform. In the case of R001, Gen Yoweri Museveni, however, it is in addition a milestone occasion to the whole country and beyond. It is therefore right to reflect on his past service to this nation and to the UPDF in particular. Usually, the military develops its leaders from recruitment in schools and/or from universities, training in military colleges, and through assignments of duty. Mr. Museveni and his military prowess, however, developed differently. He was a product of the history of Uganda. The political conditions and circumstances of Uganda of the day, conditions and circumstances of dictatorship and fascism, forced Museveni to take up arms for the liberation of this country. The history of the struggle is well known to all of you and was well elaborated in the speeches before me. Suffice it to say that it was Mr. Museveni that led a few other compatriots in founding and leading the liberation movement that waged a successful, protracted people's struggle that liberated Uganda from fascist and dictatorial regimes. He led the national resistance movement in the restoration of political stability, respect for human rights, national unity, peace, security, law and order, constitutionalism, and the rule of law in Uganda. As a colleague and comrade in most of the time of our struggle for freedom, I can personally testify that General Museveni's predominant sentiment has always been a deep devotion to the cause of humanity. He has a strong antipathy against oppression of any type and an ardent wish for the people's freedom everywhere. He loves his country and burns with a zeal for its advancement and prosperity. I congratulate you, Mr. President, and thank you for a job very well done. You've proven through the many years of armed struggle and in the post-liberation Uganda that you understood people and how to motivate them and lead them. I feel honored to be in the presence of a man who has served and sacrificed himself for our people's freedom. I marvel at your raw courage and your willingness to constantly train and prepare to fight the wars that cannot be prevented. As someone said elsewhere, at its essence, leadership is the responsibility for advancing the organization, for delivering on its promise, and for building a better life for every stakeholder. Although you have retired from the UPDF, we know that you will not retire from providing leadership in a different role. You leave the UPDF as a strong and dependable force with a demonstrable capacity to discharge its constitutional duty to preserve and defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Uganda. One of your legacies will indeed be the passing of the organization you led, the UPDF, to the next generation of leaders in much better shape than when you assumed its leadership. This is the core of stewardship. You leave behind soldiers that love belonging to an organization with strong values. They love what UPDF stands for and its crucial role in the nation. They love the feeling, that feeling of pride of wearing the UPDF uniform, for it tells the world that they care about Uganda. Mr. President, I realize that anything I say here is totally inadequate in expressing our respect and appreciation for the dedication and sacrifices you have made for your army and your nation. But as an old comrade in struggle, and on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and the Uganda People's Forces, Uganda People's Defense Forces, I can only say thank you. Thank you. I also thank the First Lady, Mama Janet Museveni, and the children for their sacrifice and dedication to the struggle by giving you relentless support over all these years. Mr. President, I wish now, finally, to present to you General Yoweri Museveni, your certificate of retirement. It's a record summary of your service to the UPDF. Please take good care of it.
The Minister is presenting the certificate of retirement.
Mr. President, allow me to present this gift to you. It's a simple gift, but full of meaning and symbolism. It has been prepared by the UPDF to remind you of the organization you founded and that you have left as a strong organization, not only capable of defending Uganda, but ensuring that Uganda will be prosperous, which we know has always been your life's desire. In front here, it says, presented to His Excellency Yoweri Museveni by the Minister of Defense and the entire UPDF. Here, it's written stone, glass, metal, and hardwood, mahogany, ergon teak, and muvule represent a solid and firm foundation that has been laid for the future. And this is presented in commemoration of your promotion to the rank of General and your retirement from UPDF today, the 6th April 2004. Finally, Mr. President, your sacrifice and wisdom has laid a strong, stable foundation for Uganda's development and prosperity. I present to you this gift, Mr. President.
Right Honorable John Patrick Amama Mbabazi is a tough man, but Herbert Semiana and I have agreed that I think his speech was so passionate that you almost thought he was about to cry. But we leave that to the viewer. He presented a prize, as you have seen, which seemed to be from the bottom of his heart. And I'm reminded of a time when Honorable Mbabazi had fallen out with the president, and the Honorable Uganda was telling President Museveni at a radio talk show that, now you have lost Mbabazi, what will you do? Then Museveni asked Semuju, how old are you? I think he was 40 years at that time. He said, oh, you are 40. Those are the number of years I've spent with Mbabazi. 40 years. We shall sort out our business. Don't you think they did? Only recently I saw them fraternizing very, very joyously. But that's another story. You are still tuned to the historic event at which the president retired, and more is coming your way. Stay tuned.
Mr. President, it's now my singular honor and pleasure to request you to address the gathering as well as present gifts and medals.
Before I make my speech, I want the band to first play Kino Kye Kiseera Mwe Tulwanira Tuwone Amagombe.